Good morning, friends. In previous lecture, we derived a list of speed n1, n2, n3, n4 and n5. For this speed, this different speed, we need to find the gearbox. So in this lecture we derived a speed ray diagram for the gearbox, and from that we derived a kinematic diagram for the gearbox. Now what is a speed ray diagram or structure diagram? So in numerical we have given a structure formula. First one is 2 3 3 1 and second one is 2 1 3 2. So this both structure formula is given in the question. From that we can find the speed ray diagram for that. To find the diagram, first we have to draw a horizontal line equivalent to number of speed. So we have 6 speed, different speed. For that we draw the horizontal line, 6 horizontal line and 1 for the motor shaft. Here we have two part of our structure formula. So we will use one output shaft and one intermediate shaft. I am repeating again that here we have a two part of structure formula. For that we will use output shaft and one output shaft and one intermediate shaft. In all diagram we have to use one input shaft and motor shaft for speed ray diagram. So here we get 4 vertical line. One is for motor shaft, one is for input shaft, one is for intermediate shaft and one is for output shaft. So here we have 7 horizontal line and 4 vertical line. Now how to draw this diagram? So here we have given a one formula 2 3 3 1. So this box is for 3 1 and this box is for 2 3. This box we need not to use for structure formula, it is for motor. So here 3 1 is given, 1 is in bracket. So the bracket value is a gap between all lines. So we have to make a group of this speed by making a 1 1 gap and 3 pair or 3 speed in a 1 pair. So we are starting from this. So this is our first point, this is our second point, as the gap between this speed is 1, and this is our third point. So this 3 are paired and this is all 3 group which has 1 1 gap. Next group with 1 1 gap is n4, n5 and n6. This all 3 speed in other group. So we have 2 group of 3 different speed. Now next is 2 3. 3 is the gap and 2 is the group. So we have to for intermediate shaft, first we have to find the middle point of that. So here we are neglecting the line of motor shaft. So we have three shaft, three horizontal line. For that we can say that this is the middle of all lines, as we can cut this line and this line, and we are cutting this line and this line, and we are cutting this line and this line. So this middle is the middle of this vertical line. So from that 1.5 from middle to upside and 1.5 from middle to downward side, we get a 2 point which has gap 3. So we are having 2 point and gap between them is 3. So this term is satisfied, 2 and 3. And in input shaft we just have to put a middle point between these 2 point. So we know that this is the middle point of this 2 point on intermediate shaft. So connect them by a line. And from motor shaft we have to draw just a line like this, as this horizontal line is used for the motor shaft. So this is all about speed ray diagram, and you can rewind a lecture for repeating this. So we derived structural speed ray diagram from structure formula. If we are not using this box, as this box is for motor shaft, if we use only this 2 box, then this diagram we can say this diagram is structural diagram. And if we using this box of motor shaft, then this diagram become speed ray diagram. Now we have another structure formula given in our question. It is 2132. So for 21 and 32 we all know how to draw the vertical and horizontal line for this, and we are putting here 21 and 32. So for 32 we know the 2 is the gap and 3 is the pair. So we are using first point is n1, and by putting 2 gap, this is one gap, first gap, and this is second gap. So the gap between this speed is 2. So for the first group we are using n1 and n3, and third one is, this is the one gap and this is second gap, so third one is this n5. So this 3 are the group of 1, and same way for the second we are using n2, and here first gap and second gap we are using n4, first gap, second gap, and we are using n6. So here n2, n4 and n6 are in second group. So we have 3 different group from this structure formula 3-2. And again for the intermediate shaft we have to find the middle. We know the middle is this, and the gap between these 2 points is 1. So 0.5 to upside and 0.5 to downward side. So we are getting 1 gap for this, and for input shaft we are just putting point in the middle of these 2 points like this, and we get the point on input shaft. And to connect the motor shaft we are just draw a inclined line. So this is the structure speed ray diagram for the structure formula 2132. And from that we can draw a kinematic diagram. We know the structural formula is 2 3 and 3 1, and other structural formula is 2 1 3 2. So for both case the value of P1 and P2 is 2 and 3. These both are same. So the kinematic diagram or a layout of gearbox, we can draw layout of the gearbox for this both structure formula like this. We are putting pair of gear here in our input shaft. This both gear is movable in both direction, and for output shaft we have movable gear in this both direction. As we know, the first term or a first input shaft have a two speed step, so we are using 2 gear for that, and output shaft have a 3 speed, so we are using 3 gear for that. And these both gear are movable, so we have to transfer our speed from movable gear to another gear, and which are fixed. So we have intermediate shaft having 5 fixed gear, so this gear cannot move from its position as in case of input shaft and output shaft. So for bike or any car, we are just changing our gear from this to this. So here the engagement of this gear with this gear, so we are getting a 1 speed. In engagement of this gear and this gear, we are getting another speed. The combination of this both pair, we are getting our required speed from N1 to N6, and just moving this pair to this direction and engaging with the first gear, so we get the different speed, and same way for the output shaft. Here we are connecting pulley which is connected to the motor with the help of belt. Here we are putting one motor which is a source of power for the input shaft. So this is the layout of gearbox or kinematic diagram of gearbox. Thank you.